Very happy to be joined by Nick Bradley, who tells me he doesn't do too much celebrating these days, but nevertheless, what another fantastic gutsy win by Dandalla last week.
Yeah, obviously it was great to to get her back on the track in a Group 2. Kind of targeted that race pretty much straight after Ascot. It was either there or the Papan, and we decided to go to Newmarket and take on the girls. She didn't have a perfect lead up into the race, and at one point I thought we weren't going to be running, which is why I entered the other filly in the race. But we got a clean scope on the Monday, so she took a chance. I don't think she quite put the performance in that maybe we saw at Ascot, but there was legitimate reasons for that. I know after the race she lost 14 kilos from morning to morning, if you like. So she was clearly feeling something, and she wasn't quite right. But she got ahead in front. I think she was always going to win. So yeah, delighted.
Yeah, I'm sure. And where do you go now? Do you look at the Group 1, the Prix Morning?
Yeah, so I spoke to Carl yesterday, and I kind of woke up 4:30 the day after, still buzzing a little bit, and so I quickly got the race book out and went through it. There's 5 races that we consider before the Breeders' Cup, but yeah, we're thinking Mornay next, and then hopefully to the Cheveley Park back at Newmarket.
Oh, brilliant! And she's a super filly, and you say the second Fev Rover wasn't necessarily going to run, but she must be one of the best maidens in training, isn't she now?
Yeah, she'll look that way now. We've had a couple of offers actually in from America, because they're always keen to buy horses, maidens, to go out there, because obviously the maidens in America can be worth 6 figures in some places. Yeah, when she ran at Doncaster, she'd never actually been on grass before, and Richard said the grass is a bit firm at home, so if you want to run her, and we'll just see how we get on. So she ran at Doncaster, and the penny didn't really drop until halfway, and then she kind of took off. But by then the winner had gone. I didn't bother looking at the sectionals or anything, because you could see that she was learning during the race. It was kind of a great starting point, and then yes, obviously ran a massive race at Newmarket, come on a bundle for it, but I should think she'll come on a bundle again next time as well.
So are you tempted to take up the offer? I guess it's something you have to discuss with your partners, whether or not to stay or go with her.
Yeah, so I've discussed it with a couple of the guys, and they're keen to just carry on. We're trying to get together, trying to get a band of horses together that can kind of be competitive with the likes of Coolmore and Godolphin in these 2-year-old and 3-year-old fillies races. So we're not really looking to sell them going forward. Nobody's phoned me up and said, let's take the offer. So now we'll keep going, and we'll enjoy them.
You've come an awful long way in a short time, haven't you? I mean, when was it that you set up Nick Bradley Racing?
So I've been a professional gambler for about 20 years, and I was doing well with the punting, and I thought I'll use that knowledge to then go and buy the horses rather than back them. So I was then buying the horses kind of 2005 to 2015 for Midland Park Racing. Started my own company in 2015. We had a great first year. We had 3 stakes fillies from 9 that year, and we had a winner at Royal Ascot the year after in commission. That was first time out. So we've been going. This is our 5th season. We've gone forward. We've had good horses each year, but this is looking like our bumper crop. And I was saying to a couple of the guys, this year I think we're going to really crack on and go up a level, and it's looking that way at the moment.
It really is. And how many do you have in training roughly? And is that the sort of number that you want to be at, or do you want to get bigger numbers wise?
So we've got about 40 in training at the moment. Of those, I think a dozen are 2-year-olds. So we've got 3 stakes fillies already out of the 6 that we've run. So we've got 40 at the moment. I'd like to increase, but whenever I go to the sales, I don't go with pre-orders. I kind of go to spend my own money. So I'm not buying horses for the sake of it. I'm buying horses that I'd be happy to own if nobody else wanted to join me in owning them. So it very much comes down to the horses that are on offer. I was at Tattlesall's last week, and I didn't manage to get anything last week. But the breeze up day, I managed to buy 1, but I went with the intention of buying 3 or 4. But there was only 1 that I wanted at the end of it, or wanted at that price. So yeah, we'd like to grow, but we would like to grow sensibly, and make sure that each time we're buying a horse that we're buying the right horse at the right price, and something that we hope going forward the owners can invest in, make profit or to get the money back, and then roll again. And rather than enjoying racehorse ownership for 1 year, they can enjoy it for their lifetimes.
Well, it sounds like a great business model, and it's obviously working really well. How many owners do you have, do you think? And what's the sort of entry level? Could you have 2%, or do you have to come in at, say, 10 or 20%?
So we've got, I think there's about 300 to 400 owners at the moment. Wow. The horses that I've bought in the last 2 weeks have all sold out within a day. When we bought Dandalla, she actually sold out within half a day. So it's when the hammer goes down, or when I buy one privately, I send out an email. 9 times out of 10, they sell out within a day. So yeah, that's that. And in terms of share size, we normally start with a 40th, so 2.5%. But I've got guys who might own a leg in 10 horses or half of 6. So I'll accept anybody as long as they put the faith in me to manage them, and leave me to crack on and steer the ship, and hopefully we enjoy the experience together.
And we've seen you in Dubai before with some success. Is that something you'll consider in the future?
So we try and focus on buying fillies rather than colts. We've got a couple of stud farms at home, and the idea is that maybe some of them will go up and join the stud farms down the line. In terms of Dubai, yeah, I've targeted the UAE 1000 guineas before and the Oaks, and I'd always be looking to have horses to take out for those races. So yeah, it's something we would try and do. You don't always have the horse at the right profile. For example, a lot of the horses, start running in April and May. And by the time October, November comes around, they've had a hard season. Maybe, for horses that have maybe started on the track in September, then those are the ones that I'd be looking to, bring out to Dubai.
Okay, very interesting. And just looking at the rest of the week, is there anything we should be looking out for? So you've got Furlong Factor in at Sandown?
Yeah, Furlong Factor was second at York this week in the Mary Gate. She will run at in the National Stakes. Yeah, she should run a big race. We've got a Kingman filly, a filly called Crispina, who we bought out of the Juddmonte draft. She won first time up for us at Pontefract. She's a very smart filly. She wasn't fully fit by any means when she won at Pontefract. I've given her a couple of lofty entries in listed races and Group 3s, and I've kind of swerved them at the moment. She's in a novice on Tuesday or Wednesday this week. She could take that option up, or she could go to York for the Group 3 later in the week. She'd go there with a good chance. So yeah, Crispina, Furlong Factor. And then we've got probably 3 or 4 more 2-year-olds to debut, possibly at the weekend at York. And kind of 7 days after that, we've got a nice colt by Wootton Bassett called C-Set, who's going well at home. And we've got another Adair filly whose name escapes me. We named it yesterday. Piram Meadows, I think it's been named. I bought her from the Breeze Ups this week. She might be on a track soon in 2 to 3 weeks.
Wow, so you've got a busy time coming up. And one last question, and notwithstanding the current situation with owners and everything, in general, do you struggle to get enough badges for your owners? How do you feel that syndicates are catered for these days?
So pre-coronavirus, I found that racecourses very much do their own thing. So, for example, Ascot normally look after you very well, and they would supply us not only with badges, but often they supply us with a function room on the racecourse where there is a bar area and dining facilities just for our owners. But they do a really good job. Whereas the other racecourses where I've had limited badges, no room option, or I could have a badge or a meal, I've almost got to. Some owners could have a meal, some owners couldn't have a meal. So that's obviously not ideal. But post-coronavirus, at the moment, we get 2 badges per horse per runner, which at the moment a lot of my investors would be elderly, retired people, or people who are working during the week. So not a lot of them want to go racing right now. There's not a huge demand at the moment. But with fillies like Dandalla and Fevrova, I should think next time there'll be a queue of people wanting to go, particularly if it's running on a weekend. So yeah, I'd like to see some changes if possible, so to allow more owners to go. We're at the Tattersalls this week, and there was hundreds of people there. You go racing, and there's big wide open spaces and there's nobody there.